Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial. Today's review would be the review of the series on Netflix Black Summer. Let's get into it. Now, I've seen the previews for this. Now, there's an infatuation with zombie apocalypse movies, series, shows, video games. So, of course, if you're into that stuff, you're going to watch it. And I wasn't going to review this at first, but then I said, why not? I watched it, so I might as well save somebody some time. So let's get into it. This is like instantly, without even knowing, I instantly thought this is a spinoff or off of Z Nation. And then later after I looked it up, and sure enough, it's some type of spinoff off of Z Nation. It's really like if you into The Walking Dead, you have The Walking Dead, but then when you seen Z Nation, you was like, it's okay, but it's like a cheesy version of it. And so this was that. And the writing for this it had some potential, but the writing was just not there. And then the editing, I didn't like that. Every few minutes there would black screen and it didn't say a word. I think that was stupid. That defeated a lot of purpose. Jaime King starts in this. Stars. She's like the main key character, starring in this series. It's pretty much, it jumps right into it. Jaime King. She is her character is with her husband and child, and then they're evacuating the area that they're in, running to get to a destination where the military is supposed to transport them if they're not infected or whatever. And of course, the husband is, I think he's been shot, bit, whatever it is. He's about to turn, and they try to get him on they got the daughter on, but when they looked at him, he looked at Squeezy. And then they, was questioning him like, nah, you step over there. And then the military dude that had hit him, and then his stomach, and then he started grunting, and he said, take your shirt off. And so they instantly, when they seen him, that he was wounded, they instantly told the truck to dart off with the daughter in the truck and Jaime King's character and her husband. So then by this time, a lot of people been evacuating the houses. So a lot of people's houses is just left wide open. So they just ran to the nearest house that they was in. Inside this house, there was an old lady. I guess they looked at her as being too old to travel with, so they left her in there. And the husband told her to go on with the daughter, go find the daughter and leave him because he's not going to make it. And then he eventually turned, then he turned into the zombie, and then it goes from there. And then it's like all different types of events. You start meeting each different character, and they got their own story, how they all end up coming together. So it's, I guess that's where you would say it's kind of character development. But then, okay, you can run with that. And then, but once it starts to formulate, it's like, well, where are we going with this? So then, what pisses me off, like, if you're making these movies, like by now, if you're making it current day, right? You're making it current day. We done seen so many different types of movies. By episode 3, we should start to figure out how to stop the zombies. These are the type of zombies that are super fast. It's just like they're athletic. They're jumping around. They're adrenaline rush. They could jump over fences and run as fast as you can run. So these is not the Walking Dead zombies that slow walking and everything like this. This is like a World Z type zombies where they run and run and run, and they keep going. So by episode 3, you should start to see that shooting these zombies is not like, and they keep shooting the zombies in the chest and the stomach, leg, and all these places, that they're not dying from that. Nobody's taking headshots. Nobody's shooting the zombies in the head or nothing like that. So that was by episode 3. You should know that, and that was pissing me off that they was throughout the whole movie just shooting uh zombies, just wasting bullets pretty much. And no matter what the situation was, you'll find guys or women shooting the zombies, not shooting them and giving headshots. So that was a piss me off moment. As the character development goes on, you get to see how people will start to, when panicking and it's life or death situations and it's all about self, people start trading. Like the average human being, human to human, will trade on each other and go for self and kill you just because they want their own survival. So I mean, on that part, I can. That's why I said it had potential on that. So there is a plot to get to a stadium where people are kept, and I don't know if they kept there to go off to another place, but that's where she believes her daughter is. And so, in the process of going through all the trials and tribulations, and then she gets her character development where she pulls together all these different people, and they all somehow end up together. They end up in a warehouse where they did a heist to get guns. They finally got guns, and then they still on their way to downtown where the stadium is. And then it was like all out warfare. They had guns. A lot of other people had guns. Meanwhile, the military was sending bombs throughout the whole series through the town. And so during this is a free fall. You got zombies running around, regular humans just shooting zombies, shooting each other, Wild Wild West style. And then somehow they split up and they wanted to get together to so they all could get to the stadium. Now there was one scene that just like, man, like it was this guy, they shot him, he fell off a roof, hit the ground, and they turn on this show, they turn instantly. As soon as they die, they instantly turn to the zombie. So he hit the ground off of a roof and then just jump back up and start going. See, now that is not like, I didn't like that because, I mean, once you watch a lot of these zombie movies, you critique stuff like that. If he fall off a roof, he's breaking something. Whether it's his neck, back, whatever, he's breaking something. So no matter what type of adrenaline rush or zombie, whatever, the zombie, whatever, is not going to fix his bones. The zombie, whatever, might charge the flesh up. But how the flesh going to move if the bones is broken? So instantly, even if he was moving, he would have been like on the ground squirming and stuff like that. Not where he could just get up and just start running a track meet. So that was like ridiculous. I said, oh man. So that stuff like that lowers your, like, okay, whatever. So they eventually get to the stadium. The Jamie King's character, she's been looking for her daughter, and then they're walking out in the stadium. The stadium looked like it's deserted. This guy comes out across the stadium. He got a gun. It's 3 of them left. The Chinese woman, the fake army guy. He's not really an army guy. He knows secrets, but so he made it through. And then Jamie King's character, they lived through all their whole crew. And then it was another guy, chubby guy, which you see in my little picture in the front. Now, he was ridiculous the whole series. Like, he was just escaping death the whole series. Like, it's so many different times that he was faced with death, and he kept getting by. And it was like he was a pussy too. So that kind of frustrated me even more. That it was moments where you needed him to stand up and he didn't stand up. And then they ran into a school situation where they was at a school. Now, first off, if you in a zombie apocalypse, you don't go into a big building that you couldn't secure because it's too wide open. Anybody could be in there lingering. So that was dumb, but they did do it. And then it was a bunch of children and teenagers in there, like the children of the corn, that was basically killing people that was coming in there. So that was, I guess that part was kind of cool. I guess, you know, that little twist, that wasn't that bad. But other than that, they made it to the stadium. This guy came out with a gun. They had a gun. The guy put his gun down. And then the woman, Jamie King's character, she's been hallucinating that she's been seeing her daughter the whole series. And so this little girl comes out with a gun, which is supposed to be her daughter, comes down the steps and then runs across the field, and then it goes off. But I really believe Jamie King's character is hallucinating. That's not really her daughter. Because why all of a sudden her daughter just gonna come out like they had communication that she's arriving there? Why her daughter just gonna come out like that? So I think she's just hallucinating at that point. But other than that, I give this series in my 4-star rating system 1.5 out of 4 stars. If you want to grade it with letters, I give it a C plus. Would I watch it again? Because it's on Netflix, and of course, if I'm sitting and season 2 came out and I was bored, I give it another shot and watch season 2, and that's all really they could ask for. You know, whether it's, you know, whether I would, that, but then that's coming from somebody that watch a lot of movies and stuff like that. But if I'm somebody that really don't watch movies, I wouldn't refer nobody to watch that. I'd be like, man, it's a waste of your time. Just like Z Nation, you know. I started off watching Z Nation, but then I fell off because it wasn't interesting, and it became whack to me. Some people hanged on or whatever, but they was better off just and also this is U.S. based show, meaning geographically. They was better off just Z Nation last episode. They was better off just rebooting that and bringing that on Netflix. That, I mean, basically. But other than that, subscribe and like, share the video. If you watched it and you're just checking this review out, leave a comment what you thought about it. Other than that, stay tuned to the next time.